everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to another card making video. In today's video, we are going to be using a stamp set from Kindred Stamps called Stay Strong, as well as the die set from Honeybee Stamps Record Player Card Base and the stamp set for the record from Honeybee as well. We're going to be using a brad from my stash, as well as Picket Fence Distress ink and a Spellbinders Nestability die. The card is going to be a 5x7 card, and I also am using some pattern paper that I had in my stash, and it's cut to 1/4 of an inch shorter than the card base, so it's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now we're going to be stamping the first sentiment from the front of the card, and it says, "Any way you spin it, you're the best." That's from Honeybee Stamps from the For the Record stamp set. And I'm going to be inking up the sentiment in Distress ink and Picket Fence. Now, Distress ink is not the best for actually stamping, so that's why I have to stamp it several times. It's going to be stamped onto a piece of black cardstock that measures 3 by 1 1/4. And then behind the sentiment, there is a piece of sparkly silver cardstock that I cut down to 3 1/4 by 1 1/2. So it's 1/4 of an inch larger than the black piece. If you notice, I have to stamp up the sentiment several times in the Distress ink because it's not made for stamping. But if you do it a couple times, it will come out okay, and you just want to make sure you let it dry. The next thing that I'm going to do is stamp the inside sentiments out. And those read, "For all your hope all your days are treble free," from the Honeybee stamp For the Record. And the Kindred Stamps Stay Strong, it says Happy Retirement. So the inside sentiment is going to say, "Hope all your days are trouble free, happy retirement." This is a retirement card that I'm making for my coworker, who I am so sad is leaving. She's been at the company for 33 years, so she deserves every bit of this retirement, especially the past couple years. We've gone through a lot at work, and I am super happy for her, but sad for us that she is leaving. So I wanted to make sure that I made something special for her, and that is what the inside piece is going to look like. I could have cut out a larger piece with glitter on the inside, but there's no other glitter on the inside of the card, so I decided not to. And the next thing I'm going to do is take the piece of glitter cardstock that I cut out for the label of the record, put the brad through that, and then as well as the record. And then there's a pop dot that I'm putting on the back of that because this is how the record is going to spin. So I'm just practicing the spinning, and it spins. I'm super excited about that. Now I'm going to take the needle and glue that down with my ATG to the little circle piece that I have. And I just put them together to see how they look. And I'm going to put pop dots on the back of that circle because the record is on a pop dot, and I want to make sure that the needle doesn't go underneath the record. And I'm just, again, spinning it to make sure that it spins. I'm going to put ATG on the back of the piece of pattern paper that I have. It's a piece of paper from Michael's that I've had in my stash for such a long time, and I thought that I would use it up because I wanted to do a black and white theme, and I thought I actually had white paper with black notes on it, but it was the reverse, but it still worked. Now I'm going to tape the first sentiment down to the glitter cardstock. And then I'm going to put the record on top just to see where I can position that. I was actually moving it around on the card base a little bit before I started this to find out how I was going to place the card. So I kind of did a layout before I even started this video. And then I'm going to take the bottom off of the pop dot, the paper off of it, and it didn't spin at first, and then I realized that the brad just had to come a little bit loose, and then it did spin. So I had to check it a couple times just to make 100% sure that it did spin, because that was the whole point of it. I wanted to make sure that it was a spinner because the sentiment says, "Any way you spin it, you're the best." There's the card and the front of it at least, and then I just put ATG on the back of the sentiment piece now that it's dry, and that's the end of the card. It was pretty easy to complete, and I know this was under 10 minutes. It was probably a very quick card, but there was a lot of die cutting for this. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have comments or questions, please feel free to leave them below, and I will see you again soon in another video. Bye!